So Danny Garcia, everybody knows, is moving up to 154 pounds, and his first opponent is Jose Benavidez. Now the question comes to mind: is Danny Garcia's power a threat at 154 pounds? And when you look back at Danny's career, man, Danny Garcia, he really shined at 140 pounds. That is where he was the man. You know, he was doing things down there. He was the man down there. He moved up to 147. He never really got the shine that he really got at 140. He never really made the noise or real impact at 147. You know, he won the WBC and I believe it was the WB. No, it was the ring, the WBC belt, and I think it was the WBA at 140, and then he won the WBC at 147 against Robert Guerrero, and then he after that fight, I believe he defended the title, and then he fought Keith Thurman after that, and then Keith Thurman beat him and took his belt, and then Keith Thurman only had the WBC and WBA at the time, and then Keith Thurman ended up vacating the WBC, and then he ended up fighting Sean Porter for the vacant WBC again. And then, you know, he didn't win that fight, so Porter took the WBC during that title fight. So Danny Garcia, he held one strap at 147 and one at two at 140. If you want to consider the ring, that's a third strap, whatever. But yeah, like I said, his goal is, he says he wants to become a 3-division world champion, and he's aiming for 154 to try to accomplish that. Now, can his power make some noise up there? Will he become a threat at 154? At 147, man, I mean, he never really beat anybody that was the top guys. He never beat any top guy. He lost to Porter. He lost to Keith Thurman. He lost to Errol Spence. You know, so at 154, he's saying he's strong, and you know he's getting stronger as he moves up. But at 147, he wasn't really. He got some knockouts, but he wasn't really knocking out any of the top dudes. He wasn't really phasing these dudes. I didn't really see him hurt Thurman. I didn't really see him hurt Errol Spence. I think he may have touched Errol to the body once or twice and kind of winced him a little bit, but nothing crazy. I think he may have, rocked Sean Porter a little bit in their fight, but it was nothing where you saw any of those dudes really threatened to where Danny was about to get him out of there or anything like that. So at 154, man, I don't know. I kind of find that hard to believe that his power is going to be a real threat up there. Especially, man, when you got bigger punchers up there. You got Erickson Lubin, you got Sebastian Fundora, you got Jermell Charlo. He said he wants the champions up there. The only champion at that division is Jermell Charlo. He's undisputed. Now, depending on how long Danny Garcia stays at that division, then you should get a little interesting because Danny never fought Terrence Crawford at 147. Terrence Crawford is 154 bound, and so is Errol Spence. It's just a matter of who's going to get there first. But if Danny stays around at 154, chances are somewhere down the line he should be bumping heads with Terrence Crawford. I don't know how long Terrence Crawford has left for the sport if he's decided, because Bud wants to fight Jermell Charlo after he fights Errol Spence. We don't know after he fights Jermell if he's going to retire or if he's going to stick around in the division, if he wins the titles off Jermell. If Jermell doesn't vacate and move up, or Jermell vacates, then it won't be a fight between him and Bud. Or will Bud fight for the belts anyway after they get vacated, try to become undisputed at 154 against some other fighters? I don't know. But as far as Danny Garcia, bro, I don't really see him doing anything at 154. I just don't. He might get some decent wins off some okay people down there. Maybe up there. Maybe who's at 154? Maybe he can get a win over J-Rock. That'll be a good, decent fight. 2 Philly fighters. I don't know who else, bro. I can't see anybody else Danny Garcia is beating. He's not beating Tony Harrison. He probably get a win off of Banana. I can see him beating Jason Rosario, and I can see him beating J Rock. That's probably about it. But I don't see him really beating anybody else of any significance at 154. I think he even has problems with the mid tier fighters. The mid tier fighters, like Patrick Teixeira. I think he gives him problems. Who else at 154? I think Sebastian Fedora definitely gives him problems. Jamel Charlo definitely gives him problems. Brian Castano got too much fucking punch volume for him. Yeah. Tony Harrison will probably outbox him, piece him up for like a whole 12 rounds. Possibly, you never know. Somebody that might be the division where you finally get to see Danny Garcia get stopped, because he has 3 losses, but he never been knocked out. So I've never seen him really hurt. He has an iron solid chin. That's what he got going for. But the thing is, can his chin withstand the power at 154? You have to see. But I don't think Danny Garcia. I think that's where he maxes out at 154. Well, shit, man. He probably even maxed out at 147. I don't see him doing any better at 154 than he did at 47. I don't see him winning any belts up there. If anything, he might end up being a gatekeeper. So should be interesting to watch, man. This Jose Benavidez fight. We'll get to see a lot from it. We'll get to see where his power is, how much of his speed has decreased or has it increased, because we know Danny was never the fastest. I'm not sure why the hell his name is Swift, because he's not Swift. But anyway, let me know what you think about Danny Garcia. Is his power going to help him at 154? Drop a comment, like and subscribe. Let me know what you think. This is Rebel Life Boxing. I'll catch y'all later on the next one, and I'm out. Peace.